What's going on, people? I'm back again with another podcast. I hope I was fit and well. Woo! Happy as Larry. 24 hours after Nottingham Forest's fantastic away win against Tottenham. I feel great. I felt a great day. Spurs fans, unlucky. Feels good to win away as well. If you're new to my channel, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and get involved with our chat. So, shout out to our sponsors, to Alan Hodge Far and Wide. If you want to know more about the Nottinghamshire-based company, please follow him as well. There we go, Facebook, Twitter, the lot. So if you can, the link is in the description. Well, we get the Forest Light first. Glenn, can you smile, Glenn? Glenn, you can smile, mate. We won. We won, Glenn. Why is that? Why?
I was doing something in the background. Apologies, I can't multitask. Still in a bit of shock, to be honest. I still love the. It's just been a bit of a day. Rubbing my noses in the one Spurs fan that I do work with.
That's so awesome. Great.
Next up, all good.
Oh god, oh god. He was there. Glenn was there yesterday, and before Glenn thought he'd be smart and try and get into a vlog and thought, you're gonna be a hero. You're gonna be a hero. That big Glenn. Shout out to Glenn. Next up, we've got the man himself, Rads. How you doing, Rads?
Fantastic. After that, yeah, it's a bit of disbelief still, but yeah, what a huge win that was for us.
Huge win. You done the video, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's good. Make sure everyone follows Rads as well. As everyone knows Rads. Make sure you go on his channel. Make sure you go and follow Rads as well. Next up, we've got the man himself, the Welsh Wizard. How you doing, Steve?
Oh, Ben, buzzing. Absolutely buzzing. The roller coaster and emotional footballer. You know, from the Liverpool game of the week where you come out of there feeling that low and then to the heights of this week, which is what a great week. And unbeaten in four games now in all competitions.
Wow. I didn't even know that, to be fair. I didn't even know that.
And can I just put a stat out?
Yeah.
20% of our goals this season has been against Spurs.
Oh yeah.
Just throwing that out there. Can we play you every week? Can we play you every week?
Oh, days. Steve, are you trying to rub it in? Because
no.
Because we've got the oh God, people. He was on Friday. Was it Friday night? Saturday show, wasn't it? He was on Saturday show, and he said he'll come on, show his face, and take a beating. Not literally, but he's gonna get a beating. So people in the chat, the man himself, David. How are you, David? How are you, David?
Do you really want to know, boys? Blimey. Sadly predictable, really. What with the whole high road and the celebrations, and yeah, that could always have the opportunity to go wrong, and it went wrong, badly wrong.
What Dave's talking about, like I said before the game, there was was it a protest or whatever it was going through the ground, and we thought we would be shouting and screaming. Not one. There was nothing. Absolutely nothing. And I was like, "What's happening?" Oh, we're just here. I think it's just whatever it was, cheering the fans, cheering the team. I think it was embarrassing, but each to their own. It is what it is. But people in the chat, make sure everyone follows everyone on socials as well. Dave said you got 15 minutes, yeah? So
yeah, 15 minutes, yeah.
So, boys, she'll get Dave's view about the whole game. Then we'll get the Forest Light in. Dave, talk to me, man, because like me and Glenn was there. I don't watch the game. I've watched Spurs against Forest a long time, man. That was just be a Spurs fan. It was embarrassing. I'm happy we won, but as a Spurs fan, what was it, man? Come on, talk to me, man.
That's the season summed up in 90 minutes. That's the season summed up in 90 minutes. No fight, and there was no punch up front. And the manager, even though he's gone through a traumatic thing, I think the death of his father, I think it has happened.
Yes.
And past 24 hours, so condolences and everything. But with the game, when I saw the starting lineup, I couldn't believe he didn't play Xavi or anybody. He played defensively. He went there not to lose the game. And the minute I saw the starting lineup, you knew it was going to happen. We had a decent first half. We could have taken the lead. But the minute you scored that goal just before half-time, the game was done. And then the half-time substitutions was mind-blowing. To take Van der Ven off and Spence off.
I said exactly the same, Dave. I said exactly the same.
And I can't comprehend what he was trying to do. Because he said in the press conference, or the assistant manager said at the press conference afterwards, they tried to make it more dynamic. Well, you've taken the two of the most dynamic players off the pitch. Not injured, a tactical decision. And I think that could cost him his job.
Like I said, at half time, when I seen the two subs going off, I think, who's going off? And when I seen Van der Ven and Spence, the two pacey players as well, I thought the game was won. I thought the game was won straight away.
Yeah, you're right, Ben.
Because in the first half, we'll get lads in this. Amora Hutchinson, I think he tried to get past Van der Ven, but it just wasn't working. And then when he took him off, I thought, wow, this is what we needed. This is what we needed.
He put your doggy on, who's missed like large parts of the season injured. He's rusty, and it was a game changer. I mean, I think you boys, once you scored the first goal, our confidence was knocked anyway. I think once he made them substitutions, I think that gave your boys, the chances to go forward and break on us and do what you do so well. And as I said in the background, your midfield is quality compared to ours. You know, Anderson, Gibbs-White, you know, he was always going to score, wasn't he? He was always going to score, and at the South Stand as well. You knew that was going to happen. So,
before I want to talk about another Spurs player, but I want to go in for the chat because there's quite a lot of people commentating. Colin, how you doing, friend? I hope you are. People, if you want to be a member to my channel or to Rad's channel, please do if you can. Dyche Chin. Can you remember, Kevin? You do remember Dyche did beat Spurs 3-0. So technically, there's no comeback on that. So yeah, Kevin, I hope you're well, Kevin. Hope you're well. As well, where's the Spurs fan? He's here. He's there. There he is. Justin, I did my friend, absolutely legend. Giving away all corners, and we conceded. And we conceded the winner as well. Monica Tyler, hello. Another legend, even though massive win, 3 points. There's number one, Rads, number one. Eve, I do, my friend. I hope you're well. Good evening, Mr. Dore, Glenn, Dave. Hope you are well. I'm so happy we won for everyone knows watching the match, especially before the second goal. Yeah, I was too. But we won, Eve. We won. Drink it in, man. Well, last time Forest won the FA Cup. Go on. Who's the oldest here? Glenn. Glenn's the oldest one here.
1959.
1959.
Against Luton Town.
Luton Town. Because Cloughie never won it. Still shocked with the subs as well. I was amazed. I was as well, to be fair. I was as well. We got another legend, the Aussie legend. Just woke up to see Spurs Dave become Forest Dave. Great news and great to see, mate. Welcome abroad. Hello, Glenn Rads. And the beard has to go. Right, people.
No.
I'm gonna throw this out. I don't care. And if the World Steve's missus is watching this, people as well. If Forest win Europa League, the beard has to go. The beard has to go. Glenn, what do you think, Glenn? Glenn, what do you think, Glenn?
Well, I'm not going to comment because I got a couple of weeks off in 10 days. I can't be bothered to shave.
You know what? Rads, what do you think, Rads? Rads, what do you think? If we win the Europa League,
I'm gonna stay neutral, I'm afraid. I don't want Steve to be angry.
Dave, what about you, Dave? If Forest win Europa League,
100%. And you know, I'll do it live on your show, Ben. I will shave it off him live on your show.
Oh, come on, Steve. Come on.
I can't shave this baby off. I can't.
Come on.
I know where Steve lives. So I will get him live on the show with pleasure.
So people in the chat, thumbs up or thumbs down. If we win the Europa League, well, Steve has got to shave his beard off. As simple as that. Dave, thank you for the $5. Thank you for the Aussie $5 there. For us, I'll choose. No, you're a Crystal Palace fan. Get over yourself. going down to Hull and watching the Barcelona. I still feel about yesterday's game. Great result. How long you got, Dave? Still got time?
Yeah. Got 2 minutes. Yeah.
There was one player I thought for Spurs was so good. I think Gray.
Yeah.
I think he ran the midfield. Why did he take him off? I don't know why they took him off.
I think it was the injury that he took with, is it Salgari at that? I think in that tackle, I think that happened to him. But Archie Gray is our leader at 19. And that tells you everything about Tottenham in a minute. Archie Gray is the only player that's coming out of any kind of credit, even with the Spurs community at the minute. He runs that midfield. And for a 19-year-old to be doing that, and we've played him in virtually every position this season. I think right back, centre back, I think everywhere apart from up front and in goal, he's played. But that's the reason why I think he came off. I think he was struggling after that knock with Sangari, unfortunately. But, it's still bewildering how he took them. Still can't get over it, but there we go.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think Spurs will go down, yes or no?
Yes, I do. And I said to Steve this morning, when I see him this morning, I can't see Spurs matching your results. I can see West Ham beating Wolves. I think it's on the Friday night when the football restarts. I think they've got on the Friday night.
Yeah.
That will put us into the bottom 3. I think psychologically, for Tottenham to be in that bottom 3, and then we go to Sunderland away, and it's tough. And then we've got Chelsea, Everton. I think we've got some Leeds at home, Brighton. And if you look at them games, they're all games that needs a bit of heart. And I think you can change the manager. You can put Harry in there, Tim Sherwood, all the names that's been mentioned. I don't think that team's got heart. Even the players that are coming back, like Bentancur and people like that, I don't think there's enough still in that midfield, because you boys just ran through us in the end. Anderson had all of the Spurs Stadium pitch to himself. And that's against you lot, and you lot struggled this season as well. Imagine going up against Brighton, who's got the freedom to go and play against us, or an Aston Villa team. What are they going to do to us when we play them? So it's very, very scary. And the only thing we can stay up is if West Ham capitulate, which I can't see. Because they'd love to send us down. West Ham would love to see Tottenham go down as much as you, Ben.
Yeah. After seeing it, after yesterday, you got to. I think let's keep it real. We're still down there.
I disagree. I think you're down there, but I think you're safe. I do. I'm not just saying it because I'm on a Forest pod. When you look at it realistically, I think your tails are up. You've just beaten one of your relegation rivals and smashed them at their home ground. I think your confidence is going to be up, and I think you probably need 2 more wins, 3 more wins, maybe.
2 more wins.
I think 2 wins. I think we'll see you safe, and I think you're better than West Ham. You've shown you're better than Tottenham this year. You've beaten us 6-0 on aggregate, 6-0, and. And a pressure game like that, we wilted. I can't come on and go, yeah, we're Tottenham Hotspur, we're this and we're that. Counts for nothing in a relegation dogfight. It's about the players. It's about the players.
So people in the chat as well, do you think Tottenham will go down? Just keep it real. After yesterday and what Dave said, it was no heart. And you know what, Dave? I'm a big fan of Solanke. I didn't even know he was on the pitch. That's how embarrassing it was. I didn't know he was on the pitch.
You know what? When Solanke played last season, when he played, he was good. He could hold the ball up, but he's come back from that nasty injury. Not the same player. He's not the same player. And yesterday, my wife Emma turned around and went, and she likes football, but she's not a massive football follower. She said this is the worst team that she's seen since we've been together. We've been together 10 years. So she came in during the Potts years. She cannot believe where the club is now, and that's someone who doesn't really follow football. And I think it just shows you how far we've gone down in them 10 years. And I think we're circling that plug hole, and I don't think we've got the strength to get away from it. I really don't.
Okay, that's fair enough. Right, 50 minutes up, Steve. Dave, that's it.
I've got out alive.
No, I let you off, man. But again, I think I don't know. Let's the lads before you go. Glenn, do you think Spurs will go down? Yes or no?
Based on yesterday, I have to say yes. I think they will. Although I agree a lot with what you're saying, Dave, about how West Ham are doing in terms of the running. I think having that little bit of a gap on them is certainly going to be a benefit for us. Whenever I look on media outlets and stuff like that, and obviously they're loving the fact that at the moment it seems to be wrapped up at the top, but the bottom 4 or 5 seems to be the bit that they're focusing on at the moment, and they're certainly doing those comparisons between the running, and they're suggesting that we've got the toughest one because of the green boxes of the top 6 and the amber boxes of the middle lot. But I looked at Spurs and saw that they're playing against a lot of teams who have got something to play for still. They're playing against teams in the top 8. They're playing teams like Fulham, like Bournemouth, like Brentford, who have still potentially got a shout, like we had at this point last season, of getting into the edge of a European competition or putting themselves in a position where they're the highest. So they're not going to want to lie down. They're certainly not going to be in a position to be on the beach yet.
Absolutely not.
And Brighton are a better team now based on the weekend than when we played them at.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brad, do you think Spurs will go down?
Their place and got a little bit of something out of it. So it's
Brad, Glenn, you keep. I think you're lagging a bit.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Raz, do you think Spurs go down? Yes or no?
Okay.
It's crazy to say, but I think they probably will. But based off just yesterday,
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really, really close. I think West Ham have really, since we beat them, I think they've actually looked up. Leeds have kind of been dragged into it, but I think they've overall had more quality than the rest of us throughout the season. Obviously, it's been chaotic with us, but we seem to be slowly turning a corner. And I think Spurs don't have a great deal going for them right now, even if they should technically have the most quality. I mean, they're not showing it, are they? So it's going to be hard, I think. It would be a massive hit to see Spurs go down, but I think it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for you, unfortunately.
I think Leeds are going to draw themselves to safety. I think because they don't concede many and they don't score many, but I think they'll just get a point. They'll get a point at Spurs, and they'll get a point wherever they're going. And I think they'll see them through. With Tottenham, I can't see where the lift's going to be. Even if we bring in Redknapp or whoever, I can't see where the quality is going to come from. Even if Maddison comes back, and there's talk about him coming back soon, it's going to take him 6 weeks to get fit. And by then, that's the end of the season. So there's nothing there that I can hang my hat and go, do you know what? When this happens, that will give us the shot in the arm. Because we had that with Liverpool, and all the Spurs fans were high-fiving themselves. We got a point at Liverpool. And I just thought, it's a poor Liverpool side. They just lost to Brighton. Was it Brighton they lost at the weekend too?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think that was a level that we could hold ourselves to. And Atletico Madrid was just seeing that tie out at our place. They could have scored 2 or 3 if they wanted to. So there's been nothing there, all literally since the turn of the year, to suggest that we can get out. And then the biggest game of our season was you lot, and you walked away with a 3-0 win.
Steve, before Dave goes, do you think Spurs go down? Yes or no?
On current form, yes, but I will say one thing. There's one team that may hold the key in all this, is Wolves. Because Wolves have got to play Spurs, Leeds and West Ham.
Yeah.
And if they take points, all of them, that's 9 points Wolves can pull back, which I think they won in a bottom anyway. I think Burnley are worse side than Wolves. Wolves hold the key. And the last game of the season, West Ham against Leeds, I think, the way Sky keep on mentioning it, they wanted to go down to the last game, that game, for the whole theatre and all that, all that shebang. So I think, on current form, I think Spurs, but do you know what? I think West Ham will go.
Really?
Yes.
You don't think West Ham have got more momentum than Tottenham?
You say momentum, but I think when West Ham are poor, they're poor. Like yesterday, they were poor. And I think with West Ham, you've got more quality in West Ham. If Spurs click, they got better quality than West Ham. West Ham got 2 players. Somerville and Bowen.
Only by name. Where's the quality? Where was the quality Saturday, Sunday? Where was the quality?
But I think, for me, I think on current form, Spurs are favourites to go down. But with the bookies, West Ham are still the favourites. Just
only because of that. But that would change if West Ham beat Wolves. That bookmaker will change will flip quite quick.
That's what I'm saying about Wolves. Wolves play a major part in this relegation fight.
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
And I think someone said on the other, I think it might have been Glenn or someone said a couple of shows ago, I'm so glad we've played Wolves out the way now. They're gone.
Yeah, well, we've got them at Molineux. And actually, do you know what? That might be better than the Spurs Stadium. I think we've got more away points than we have home points this year. But that's one game. I think if we lose to Wolves, I think then I can start looking at away days in the Championship, because where I work, I've got and that's mad. I realised that this morning that we could actually play in Lincoln City. That's absolutely mental.
Oh, Dave. Dave, it's been a pleasure. I do apologise for we've been nice to you. I think we've been nice to you. He's been a top
I
guy,
think it's been quite nice. I think obviously David's going to be laughing wherever he is.
Yeah, he is laughing. Laughing. But Dave, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much, boys. And now we've got the game out the way. I hope that West Ham go down and that we can stay up. But I'm not banking on that.
I hope Spurs go down. I'm not going to lie.
I know, Ben. I know you will.
All right, then, Dave. Dave, peace, love, my friend, and thank you very much.
Good luck, boys.
All right, cheers, dudes. Later. So that's the legend himself, Dave. Like I say, pleasure to come on my show. But now let's get to business. Let's talk about Forest. People in the chat, man, get involved. Hit the like button, man. Subscribe if you're new. Glenn, let's start with you, man. What a performance! 3-0, and there's so much pressure on us because, like I said, we're not winning. But after the result against Midtjylland and to come to Spurs, it just all tick boxes from yesterday, wasn't it?
It did. And the group that we're in, we make these predictions, and everybody makes a prediction that we hope the vast majority make the prediction that we hope we're going to win. And I made one that was a Forest win by a goal, but I never would foresaw, even after the home performance, that we were going to get anywhere near than a couple of goals, particularly on the way we've been playing recently, and how many, was throwing this 99 shots on goal and 1 goal scored. The way that we turned out first half was really quite concerned after about half an hour, because we just had no end of just pressure on our goal. It was talking amongst the line that we were on. It was eventually going to tell, and that we were going to get at least 1 shot on goal. And the first one that we had was from that first corner, 43 minutes, that was tipped. Was it Jesus onto the bar?
Jesus, yep.
And I'm like, okay, we're in here. We were in early enough in the ground, actually, coincidentally, before I talk about Jesus' goal. We were in early enough to see what they were doing to prepare the team for crosses and set pieces. It was really interesting. Just inside the corner, they were setting a coach up who was whipping balls in for Jesus and Milenkovic and
Sangari? Was it Sangari?
I can't remember exactly.
I think Sangari, I think. Yeah, I think
who were heading in, and the defensive group were defending it, which was fantastic, because we the number of times that we've conceded at set pieces, we had didn't have a lot of opportunities for them to get anything out of it. That second one was really telling, wasn't it? Bless him, was in no man's land, and Jesus had a free header because they were all marking Sangare and they were all marking Milenkovic, and he just had this free header. And that half time, I said in the you and Ben Dore on the way back to Kate's car, and that it was against the run of play, but I don't believe it necessarily was. We had a little bit of pressure to resolve and manage, and we did that, but there wasn't a lot of shots on goal and not real threat. And St. Sells had the best game in goal, although he has 2 clean sheets now in 2 games, which is phenomenal for him. That he's had the best game for Forest since Anfield, I think. He was absolutely on it yesterday, and quite right that he raised his game when Ortega's been playing well. Jesus raised his game. Taiwo raised his game when Wood had been scoring in the week. I think these are starting to start and competing for these positions now. Sangare played well and got booked. Bit a bit of a lame booking because Yates played well. And I think that competition in the ability of these players to really raise each other's games is going to be the way that's going to keep us in the Premier League. And I think it's the only way that we're going to work through that. So I'll let others talk. But on my position, leaving the ground, 3-0 could have been more. But actually, we didn't have that many more chances, did we? And we took every single one, really, that we had. Williams, I'm sure Steve will talk about, phenomenal game. The Mr. Consistent, who was, once again, such an impactful player. And that second cross for Taiwo, oh my days, what a ball.
What a ball. Glenn, I keep rewatching and seeing it as well.
Yeah, I'll say this last thing. Morgan's goal. How quiet were the away fans until they realised that it had gone in?
Yeah.
It went under the keeper. And I was stood there in disbelief, like, did it go in? Unbelievable game.
Unbelievable.
And I was saying to you, actually, in a bit of a joke, we had 6 minutes at a time. I wanted to play 15. They were never going to score. I was loving it. I wanted to stay there all afternoon. Brilliant.
The way atmosphere was
top way to top off a phenomenal week for this club. What a great game to watch.
100%.
Amazing.
And
Amazing.
I want to throw my 2 pence in before I get Rads in. The people that moaned about throwing the Michelin game away to beat Spurs, give your head a wobble, man. Give your head a wobble, because, like I said, I think Des said it really well. When you win like that against Michelin, you want to play again, and that's what we did against Spurs. We go to Spurs and we win comfortably. Who moans about, oh, we're tired? Bloody hell, calm down. Great win. Rads, how you feeling, man? Like, again, just wow, it's a great performance.
Yeah, just incredible. I think in what's been such a tough season for us, this last week has been long overdue, and I think it's only going to give us a lot of confidence that we can go into this final stretch now of the season, and we can make a good job of it, and hopefully they can get us over the line. Talking about how Spurs are doing, and Leeds is slowly getting dragged into it. West Ham are ultimately still chasing. I think it's putting us in a fairly decent position. I think we're far from safe. We still need to win a few, but yeah, I've never fully believed we were going to get relegated, because I felt like there was clearly quality in this side, but we just couldn't do it consistently enough. But I think under Vitor Pereira, we've seen the best of this side coming out more often, even in the games we haven't won. And now we've won 2 in a row. Ultimately, we've not lost for 4 games as well, drawn at the Etihad. So, they're 3 very significant results there. And I think that can only do us wonders. And to go to Spurs, whether they're 17th or not, and do that is incredible. And all that hype before the game from their fans.
It was embarrassing, Rad. It was so embarrassing.
It was always going to be very risky, wasn't it? Because if we get a goal, you look at what happened when they played against Palace. Every goal, there's like floods of people leaving. It's getting more toxic. It was like if that happens yesterday, the same thing could happen. And at least from what I could hear on the TV, it wasn't even really toxic. It was just like silent from their fans, just like an acceptance almost of the situation. And it was just, it's surreal to see. To do that to Spurs, put them in big trouble, and put us in a really good position now. I don't think we could have asked for it to go better. And, I get what you're saying about the Michelin game. I think people saying you get knocked out, it's a distraction, but winning breeds confidence, doesn't it? So I think we would have been better off how it's gone today, or this last week, than if we had got knocked out. I think it's only going to help us in the long run feel better about things. So
100%. Before I get more, Stephen, I'm going to get a few comments on here. Another member to my channel, Martin. How you doing, Martin? Hope you're well. Evening, chap. Sorry I'm late. Doing physio. What a brilliant week. 2-week break and then a final push. Come on, you Red. Shout out to Martin. Another one from Martin. Only one that benefited in London yesterday were the pyro sellers. Yeah. Oh, just yeah, mad. Mad. Great result, lads. Spurs can only play 45 minutes, then they go out, they're done. Now West Ham's push for a bit and let's get Spurs relegated. Yes, I want Spurs relegated. Steve, we want to talk about him, the Welsh wizard, the first Welsh wizard, Neco Williams. Like his corners, man. What a corner. We always complain about set pieces. Backwards was good on Thursday. But Neco Williams, man, bloody hell. He made 2 goals he made now, was it, on Tuesday? Talk about him, Steve, man. What a player, man.
Yeah. Well, the corner was unbelievable. Like backwards in the week. I mean, no offense to Anderson, but it just shows that we got better. Like Anderson's corners are not the best. We all admit that. But even backward in the week have shown you put whip on the ball, put a good delivery in, and we got players who can head the ball in like Jesus. If we watch that from a different angle, yeah, Glenn was right. The marking was terrible, but the header back across Vicario was unbelievable header. And the limbs in that way end was perfect. You know, it was just like the camera shot and everything. But yeah, you know, that third goal, the cross. I mean, the whip. And you know what? I think, and Glenn touched on the cross, and maybe it was a sense of they were playing into Vicario's hernia. You know, get him stretching for these crosses, put some pressure on him with the crosses. You know, done a bit of homework then. And I think, you know, to score 3 goals from crosses, which we've been highly critical of Forest this year against Everton, where we had like 200 crosses or something like that. It was something stupid. But yeah, Neco Williams, yeah, outstanding again, and Milenkovic. And do you know what I would say about the back 4 in total, Ben? Not just Neco, but you know what? If the back 5 play well, we are just a machine. The back 5 are crucial. And yesterday was really close to last season. We dug in because Spurs did have a good spell in that first half. I felt they were relying a lot on corners, and I felt they were getting really desperate with their pen shouts. Well, and speaking of Neco, there was that one against Romero, which come on, if you give him pen, that was feeble. They were getting really desperate, Spurs were, and that desperation was coming through. And I felt the most dangerous player was that Tell, which side was he? Was he against Einar or Neco? But then again, I didn't think Einar had his best game, mind. I think Einar had a bit of an off game yesterday. I think he was about a 6 out of 10. But luckily, obviously, Neco the other side pulled the goods out, you know, with 2 assists, like you said, Ben. But yeah, he's playing well at the moment. Just hope he comes to his international break now, injury-free. Because we got a couple of boys away now, international break. I mean, when they're coming back now, off duty is 2 weeks now, isn't it? So it's critical. You know, we lost Wood in November. We can't lose any of these key players now, like Anderson, Neco, Sells.
Do you think, I'll ask you, Glenn, do you think it's the right time? Like I said, we won back-to-back results now. Do you think it's time? Do you think this rest might be good for us, or it would have been like that momentum would have been good?
Question.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna answer the question by saying I think it's great that Anderson seems to have a little bit of time in the England group now. He's got a little bit of time because he's not necessarily going to be involved in that first round of games.
Oh yeah.
But it would for us to kick on because we don't necessarily have many injuries, and the injuries we have are coming backwards, getting stronger. Savona is getting rehab still, and beyond that, there's not a lot of significant injuries. So, had there been that, I would have probably said yes, a rest would have been ideal. But obviously, I agree with you, Steve. We don't want to have any more injuries. But I think the rest from certain key players, I think they've got a little bit of time off now. Morgan was saying that, you know, spend a bit of time for friends and family, and just have that little bit of time to recover and get themselves back into that shape of and way of playing again. I mean, it's anything like anybody I know, particularly teachers who have final push before the Easter break at the end of this week. You know, the final few days of any working job before you got a holiday, you almost feel like you're kind of giving it that last little push, but you're really looking forward to that break. I think that's what the players played like yesterday. And what we don't want is obviously them coming back and feeling like they've had a break and are a bit rusty. By the sounds of it, they've got a good way of setting up the team in terms of those that aren't going on the international break. They're going to get a little bit of rest. They've got a City ground training on the 4th of
on the 4th.
4th of April.
Yeah.
I'm away in Dublin that weekend. Otherwise, I'd be there definitely. That sounds like a really great sort of opportunity for the fans to go and watch, just as they did last year, and go and have that. They have the lower Brian Clough, did they?
Yeah, lower Brian Clough.
Have the team playing out there. That was fantastic. So that's a nice way of doing it as well. Obviously, there'll be a certain number of players who won't be going away, but for those that are, we'd like to think that they would have, time to spend with their international teams, but also at the same way having that little bit of time away, which is nice, and getting themselves, keep maintaining that fitness. Because it's really interesting what they were saying about Tudor is that any manager coming into a club now doesn't really have that much opportunity to improve the fitness levels of the players. All they've got to do is just the organisation right. So if they have that little bit of a break, particularly how many games we've played recently, and they're getting the next match is away, isn't it, in Porto? So getting themselves ready for that and then kicking on into the Premier League again, it's an ideal time to have a break. It would, though, to answer your question, be ideal if we were carrying on the season. But any break, they have 8 really, really big in terms of ending up to final game.
Glenn, you're lagging. Glenn,
you turned into a Dalek.
Glenn turned into a Dalek.
Exterminate. He's turned into a Dalek.
He turned into a Dalek. He's not been paying his bill. He's not been.
Is it Steve's Welsh Wi-Fi?
It's the
Welsh Wi-Fi.
It's the world Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Put 50p in the meter, Glenn.
Oh days! Before Glenn talks about his internet, please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you're new. You know what? There's another player that I want to talk about. I'm going to ask you, Rads, more Gibbs-White, because I said that in the last few podcasts, since Prayer has come in, this guy is gone from next level now. He's pushing now. Talk about more Gibbs-White and people in the chat as well. Get involved, man. Gibbs-White now is like, I know he's not been caught up, but these last months, so I feel he deserved a call up. I know England got quite a lot of good players, but he's been good on Rads.
Yeah, I think it proves if we had sold him to Spurs, just how worse off it would have been.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's not exaggerating to say if we had done, we would have been probably where Burnley are, maybe. Like, take away his goals. He's got us 9 goals in the league. Yeah, they've been crucial. So, yeah, he is potentially going to keep us up in a very big way with his goals, especially when we've obviously struggled with that this season. But yeah, I mean, I think the start of the season he did struggle quite a bit to find form. There was some games where I think he was lucky to start those matches. He was a bit ineffective. But even in those games, I think we were worse when he wasn't playing, which shows just how influential he is. And he can be frustrating. Like, sometimes I think he needs to just simplify it a little bit. I think he tries a little bit too hard at times. But when he's on it, and at the moment he really, really is, he's unplayable. He's crucial. We run with him in the team really, really well. So yeah, it's going to be a sad day when he's not our player, because there's so many players in our team that I think are crucial, but I think in a lot of ways, maybe the first player you think of in our team is probably Gibbs-White, because I think everything kind of revolves around him. And I agree. I think it's really harsh that he's not got in the England squad. I think maybe even a month ago it might have been a bit of a stretch to say that. I think there's so many players in the attacking midfield position that he's competing with, but especially when there's been a couple of dropouts, like Eze's left the team and they brought in Harvey Barnes, who's also been pretty good. It does seem a bit weird that Morgan can't get in when he got into the squads earlier on in the year when he weren't playing as well. So, yeah, I think it'd be hard for him to go to the World Cup at this point. But I think his time will come for sure when it comes to England. But for Forest, yeah, I think it's actually only going to do him good actually to have a break as well. You know, recharge like he said himself. So yeah, it's a joy to watch him when he's on it, isn't it? You know, he's unplayable.
Did anyone see or catch up with what? Now, I don't always agree what he says, but Jamie Carragher, what he said about the game, his analysis,
I'm not
and
seeing
he
it.
said, and he was right that what Gibbs-White did in that game yesterday was something that no Spurs player could do, and that's the difference in that little bit of stardust we had over them. Is that second goal, his goal?
Yeah.
He took it on the half turn. He ran into space. Yes, he was being marked, right? And Carragher done the whole analysis, but he broke it down. But basically, he done a half turn, spun, played it out to Hudson-Odoi, and then he followed it. He just kept on running, and then no one was marking him in the 18-yard box and put it in. And that was the difference on the day. That Spurs didn't have that player to do that. Yeah, they had Tell and he was cutting in, but that's. And I agree with Rads. That little bit of stardust is what. And you know what? He's reminded me a bit of Brennan in our first season. Brennan was that difference. And Brennan, and what did we say, Ben? Take away Brennan's goals in that first season we came up, we would have gone down. So I think Gibbs-White is now the Brennan, and me personally, and I think we will stay up now. I think he's going to stay with us for at least one more season. I think he will see it out. I think he's going to be loyal for at least one more. We'll get one more out of him, because I think we have got crucial players. But for him, on his day, and he showed it, and it's what Carragher was saying, just that little bit of quality we've got over these other teams. And I think we've got better players than Leeds, West Ham, and Spurs. This is why we get out of trouble. And we've been in this fight before where some of these teams haven't, like Spurs. So I think that bit of quality, and then go back to the back five. Last season, this is why, and then Gibbs-White, then if Wood does come back, it's all slotting into place now. I think Pereira now is. I mean, the only game that Dyche really went back to last season was the Arsenal game at home where we drew 0-0. But that was about it. We showed, where we could dig in, but yeah, Gibbs-White yesterday again. And what did we say earlier? It had to happen in that away end. Well, where the main fans were right in front of them. Yeah.
People, please do allow it. I think Glenn's back. Here he is. Oh, Glenn, I don't know. This comment. Why does Glenn look like Graham from Jamie Kyle's show with glasses on?
I can't read it. I haven't got my glasses on.
I don't know who he is. Is that a compliment?
Glenn, when you just went off, Glenn, we've just set up a GoFundMe page for you to sort your wife out, so don't worry.
People, if you want to help out Glenn with his Wi-Fi, I've just put £10 super chat now. We'll here's Graham. Here's Graham. Glenn, how's the internet? Is it okay? You're next. That's all. With this next one.
Can I put a question out for the panel, Ben?
Yep.
Ben, can I put a question out to all of you, right? And the people in the chat can get involved as well. If you have to keep one player out of these three, who would you keep? Gibbs-White.
Well, that's a poll. That's a poll, man. That is a poll.
Gibbs, you have to keep one but sell two. Anderson, Murillo, Gibbs-White.
Who would you sell?
Who would you sell and who would you keep? But you can only keep one, and you've got to sell the other two. Because I think that's what's going to happen in the summer. I think we're going to sell two of the three.
So, Gibbs-White, Murillo,
and Anderson.
Right, people. I've done a poll. Which player would you get rid of? Just the one or two? Two?
No. You keep one, but you get rid of two.
I'll keep one. So, people in the chat, who would you keep? I put sold. Sell. I put sold. No, never mind. I'll change it. Gibbs-White. I'll keep Gibbs-White. I don't know. I'll keep Gibbs-White.
Glenn's disagreeing. I'll
keep Gibbs-White. No, because you don't know what. I don't know. I don't know why. Glenn, why did you disagree with me?
Because you like it when people disagree with you on here, Dore. And I'm going to say Anderson.
I do. Why? Come on, talk to me then. Talk to me. See?
Anderson's got a high ceiling.
How did Glenn talk? How did Glenn talk?
Anderson has got a higher ceiling.
Glenn, you spoke with your mouth closed. That was amazing. No, I think. Wait. What? Here's obviously David. I'll sell Glenn crap internet.
Can't spell my name either, David.
Oh, David, yes for that. Yes for that. Yes for
I've been it
that.
twice down here. Twice. Look, it's there. There.
Hey, unbelievable, Dave. You should go back to bed. Go back to bed. No, the reason I'll say I'll keep Gibbs-White because I think he makes that things happen. Anderson, great player, but I think the last month since Pereira's come in, Gibbs-White's been head and shoulders to everyone. I think he's been the best player, and I said he because he's the best player, he had to step up. Because if he doesn't step up, no one else does. That's what I feel.
Go on, Rads. You give your opinion now. So we got Anderson and Gibbs-White.
I'm just thinking about what I just said earlier about are we in a worse position without Gibbs-White's goals? I think we are, definitely.
Yeah, we are.
Can you apply that logic to if we didn't have Murillo or Anderson this season? You know, I think it's hard to say because Anderson's been one of the few players this season that has been like I think consistently good, but I think even he's had the odd game where he's not been quite as effective, and even Murillo. But then again, if it wasn't Murillo, if we had Morato starting every game, I think we'd be worse off.
Hey, Raj, are you going on that bandwagon slating off the Portuguese?
No. I don't actually think Morato is as bad as some people make out, but he's not as good as the starters.
Yeah, no.
I think anyone could say that.
The argument with Morata, I'm defending Morata. You've got two good centre backs in Muller and Milinkovic. He's not going to replace them. Abbott,
yeah, true.
He was fantastic against Midtjylland. But if you play like a back three, I'll definitely play Abbott alongside Milinkovic and Muller because we know Jack Cunha's out and that. But I think Morata's more as a backup to Muller.
Yeah.
But that's all.
I don't actually think Morato is like as horrendous as
Stop lying,
Forest fans say.
Stop lying. Stop trying to do it.
I think against Midtjylland, I didn't really notice him. I think that's probably a good thing. It's not I was looking at him thinking. I think if you don't notice the centre back, it probably means you're not doing anything wrong. So yeah, but I'd probably say Gibbs-White's the hardest to replace, possibly. It's really hard to call.
I think so. My first opinion is I would keep Gibbs-White purely because they're harder to find that higher up the pitch, and the value of them players in attacking positions are higher. With Anderson, yes, he wins. I think he's got the highest percentage of win possession back in the Premier League. His engine is unbelievable. But my biggest criticism with Anderson, his end product is not there. Yeah, he did score against City, but his shooting isn't great. His corners aren't great. And I think for him to go to that other level, if he goes to a City United, he has to get better at them little key things. And Murillo,
I think until he's better, though, Steve.
Yeah. And I think Murillo, which Ben
consistency that of Rice or someone shows now.
And I think Ben will back me up with this. I think Murillo, as great as he is, and we all love him coming out from the back, I think his passing sometimes is like, oh my God, he gives the ball away quite a bit. I know I'm being picky here, but I'm just trying to pick out the pros and cons. But for me, we could probably replace Murillo and Anderson more likely than a Gibbs-White, because to go out there and buy a number 10 with that return is going to cost a lot of money. So for me, and I think Morato, right? I think the problem with Morato, he knows he's in Murillo's shadow, and we've got such a high expectation. When Murillo gets dropped, or he's on the bench, or he doesn't start for any reason, and Morato comes in, we're all like, oh my God. I think Morato feeds off that, and he's like, I got big shoes to fill here in Murillo. So when he steps in, we'd expect him to be like come on. I know he's not as skillful as Murillo, but can you imagine, fitting in for someone like that? It must be a lot of pressure for him to think, I can't mess up here. And you could see he plays with weight on his shoulders. Like you can feel it off him. So I think, for me, I think I'm gonna back Ben up with this one. I think Gibbs-White for me gets and Rads. I think sorry Glenn, you're outnumbered, I think, on this one.
No. Who would you get rid of then, Glenn? Who would you keep? Anderson.
Could I keep
Anderson?
No, I think you're right. Gibbs-White is certainly the player that we would find harder to replace. But if Anderson were the player that becomes more consistent in front of goal and may well not necessarily take the corners, but free kick is still his ability to play those diags and play those free kicks in set pieces is still one of the better threats that we've got going forward, then I definitely find it very difficult to replace to sell him. But no, I think it's a difficult answer. Gibbs-White is probably the correct one though. But I've got a feeling that Anderson still has some more development to do and would benefit us keeping him rather than selling him to someone else. Because we'd sell him cheap. And if we had a player that would score, what's he got, 9 goals so far this season, Gibbs-White. Yeah. If he's got more than the 3-4 that he's got at the moment in terms of the assists, which is his strengths, Anderson, if he shows that more consistency and that more critical, clinical in front of goal, then that's certainly a benefit to us in terms of his sell-on price and the impact that he has on the team.
100%. People, please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. Make sure everyone follows Raj as well on YouTube. The link is in the description as well. We've not spoke about the Nigerian king, man. Big T. Again, come off the bench, scored a world-taking goal. Great ball from Neco. Who wants to talk about him, man? Who wants to talk about? Go on, Rads. We've got to get you on it. Like, everyone wrote him off. I didn't write him off. There's a receipt saying I've not wrote him off. So anyone in comments saying I wrote him off, I never did. Did you write him off, Glenn? Just put him out there.
Oh,
did you write him off?
No. I've seen him play. We saw that goal at Brentford. I'm not writing him off anything. He's still going to bring these out when we need it to. Not consistently enough, but he's not playing enough.
Exactly. Steve, you wrote him off, didn't you, Steve?
No.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't write them off. I just said that I think his time was coming to an end because
that means you wrote him off.
Yeah. But his injuries were off. No. I never doubted
he could get him off. So stop trying to do this. You wrote him off.
No, Ben.
No, don't ban me. Don't ban me. You wrote him off. Just be honest. Just be honest. Just say you wrote him off.
I did to a point. But what I'm saying is,
like I said to the point, you wrote him off.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, and I agree with Glenn.
No, you can't agree with Glenn. Just be honest. And people in the chat, don't roast him. No, you should be. You know what? People in the chat, roast him.
He's not letting me speak, is he? Right.
I don't want you to speak. Well, no. You know what? Because you took him off. You should come off the show. No. You should come off the show. You took him off because you roasted him. I said he wasn't good enough. I'm taking Steve.
No, I wrote him off to the point of I thought that his injuries caught up with him. He looked out the form. He looked out the shape. Then he had a really bad injury with the post. And then we were all critical of him. We all thought when he came on, he couldn't trap a bag of cement.
You said that.
I did, Ben. I did, honestly. But for me,
don't say us. You.
No. And I've always said this about Taiwo. Like the goal at Brentford, he will always come up with something out of the blue. Because sometimes, I don't think how do I put this? We don't know what he's going to do. Yeah. He's just unpredictable. And I said this at the Fulham game. I would have started with Taiwo against Fulham. He just adds something slightly different up front. And yes, he does frustrate us, but I think he's become just a bit of a cult hero in a sense. You know, he saved us in that first season.
Do you remember the Steve Cooper at the end of last season? He's the one that kept us up. Him and Brennan was second at the end of last season, but he knows how to keep us up.
Yeah, and Ben is right. You know, he hasn't had a chance because of injuries and so on, but I did write them off, because I thought he was well out of form.
Good.
But now, when he came on yesterday, he's just showing, and it goes back to that back five. Players are showing now They've been there and done it and helped us out when it matters. And that's why it's going to get us to the line. And this is why, like Spurs Dave said, there's players of that team, they don't know how to fight. They've never been in this position before. We've got players like Gibbs-White, T, Hudson-Odoi, the back five, Yates. They fought. We've been there in the battle, and now we're coming up. Because people are forgetting, right? We were in the worst position when Nuno kept us up that year than we are now. Because we were in the bottom three, and we had a points deduction. And Luton, only because Luton fell off badly, we stayed up. So, we've got the quality, and it's good to see Big T, take us through to the end of the season now. And I feel more confident in Taiwo than Luca, 100%.
100%.
100%.
With every time I said it, and I agree on some points. Like I said, he's a player that can come on for like he did yesterday, bully the centre backs, and he'll get a goal. But I think he's the kind of person. He's been in that relegation battle before, especially with Steve Cooper, and he can make a little 5% of keeping Forest up. He's better than Luca, and that. But the thing about I'm a bit gutted. He's not in the Europa League. That's one more gutted about Taiwo. But here's what it is.
Yeah, Ben. Sorry, Ben. It's like the chance against Fulham. He went through on goal and he put it wide. That's Taiwo in a nutshell. You are going to get that in Taiwo. You do that yesterday. You do it against Brentford, but then it went against Fulham. So you know what you expect with Taiwo now. That's the thing.
Steve, you pause time there. You take Taiwo out before he shoots, and you place in Luca. Does he score?
Ooh.
What, yesterday?
No,
Fulham game.
Fulham.
Oh, the Fulham game. Oof, good question.
You put Luke in that position. You put Jesus in that position. Who scores?
I think if that chance with Taiwo, I think Jesus would have scored. I think.
I think to be fair, right, with that goal against on Thursday when he got pushed, the goal. That's what we need him for. But
I think finish. That was a good finish.
But yeah, I seen him back. It was a great finish before he got pushed and that. But I think if that was Igor Jesus, I think he would have scored. To be fair, but I still believe in Taiwo.
Yeah,
he doesn't. So everyone does but him. And I hope Taiwo scores more goals and all that. Before we do get everyone's man of the match, people hit the like button, subscribe if you know. I'll start with my man of the match, the big Serb, Milenkovic. I think he was fantastic. This was the last season's Milenkovic that we saw yesterday. Every header, every tackle. That's what we needed. So that's my man of the match. And people in the chat as well, who was your man match as well? Rads, who was your man match, my friend?
It's nice when there's so many players I can pick. I'm going to go Neco, though. He's been the most consistent player all season for us. He's only really had maybe 1 or 2 games where he's not been on it, probably that Palace game. Even up until then, I think he was all right. He just had a moment of madness. But yeah, Neco just continues to be incredible and getting 2 assists. I think he should be our corner taker now.
Yes,
we found a corner taker. So
yeah,
it's just a joy to watch Neco, and it's been great watching him since we signed him. How he's matured so much as a player, and I think he can really continue to get better. So yeah, I'll give it Neco.
Steve, do I need to ask you? I know you're gonna pick Neco.
Well, I got 2. I got Milenkovic on Neco.
No, you're only picking 2.
No. I know. I got to pick one. I know. I got to pick one.
Picking 2 because I drawed you out about Taiwo. So don't give me that. Don't give me
that. I was going to give it a Taiwo, but no, I'm going to sulk now. No. No. I think Milenkovic in the last week has been unbelievable. I think his leadership on Thursday, and I mentioned it in the last show, when I felt with that B team, like we called it, I think Milenkovic just showed leadership. But for me, I think Neco with the 2 assists, I think has got to have it. But Milenkovic, outstanding. The head that he won, I think Was the second half.
Second
The
half.
ball came in. The ball came in, and I think it was the midfielder, Sarr, I think, and he was playing plumb on his head, and Milenkovic come from nowhere. I don't know where he came from, and just headed it out. And I was like, wow, the timing of that head, that was unbelievable. I think, I think Milenkovic should be captain next year. That's my opinion. But
If we keep him.
But only because of the 2 assists, and it really helped my fantasy team points.
He helped mine as well. He helped mine as well. Don't worry. He helped mine as well.
But I've got Neco and Milenkovic on my side. And Gibbs-White.
I've got Nico, Anderson, and Igor.
I've got Gibbs-White.
So thank you,
Nico. But I think, and I shout out to Sells as well because I save from Tells. And it was 1-0. Was it 1-0 or 0-0 at that point?
1-0.
I think
1-0. Yeah, 1-0.
Unbelievable. Do you know if that was John Pickford, everyone would be raving about that save.
100%. That's not least, Glenn. Who's your man of the match?
Sells had his best game since Anfield.
Yeah.
But Neco Williams was quite rightly given man of the match. He was sensational, consistent, and elevated his levels. Those corners, those crosses. Yes, it was helped by the fact that the corner wasn't well defended. Yes, it was helped by the fact that the cross wasn't at all pressed. But he still put the ball in there, and we had a goal off both of them. Love it.
So everyone gets Neco. Everyone chose Neco as well. Even does. So Nick Livy was well underrated as well. Mark even says Neco. Everyone says Neco. You're just saying that to give some sympathy to Steve. That's all it is. So people give you some sympathy. That's all it is. Because you doubt it's the big T. People, it's been a great show. Thank you to Rads, Glenn, and Steve. Rads, we've got 2 weeks off. What content are we going to do? What are we going to do?
I got one for you. I got one for you too. If you want me to tell you.
Wait. So now you want to say us two now? You're not going to say about Rads. Rads.
You sulked last time I included Rads.
I'm always getting ideas.
Right. People, this one, I'm going to throw Steve under the bus again. We've got this group chat. Rads. You can do this video. Not me.
I do notice that, and I'm like, Dore's getting left out of his own group chat.
Exactly. I might as well just delete myself out of the group.
Rad, should we set up our own little group just for you, yeah?
Oh, friends.
Yeah.
Oh, friends. But yeah, make sure everyone follows Rad, man. Raz, any more videos, Raz? If you've got ideas. What's that? Glenn, your internet's not working again.
Sorry,
No, Glenn.
Can I talk about this before we go?
No, you're lagging. Glenn, you're lagging.
Don't worry.
What? Oh, it's you're lagging. You keep lagging. Oh,
when in doubt, do the Gibbs-White.
The Gibbs-White. It's been a great show, man.
That freeze frame. It's just stuck. It's just stuck.
Glenn, you're right now, Glenn. You're okay. You're okay. Do it again.
Hey, before we go, can I talk about this?
Yeah. Go on.
Quality. This one, the front cover. Delighted that this is my my graphic designer daughter's first published piece on misrolling in. She spent a load of time putting this together. This is Ola, who's actually her favourite player at the moment. And if you haven't got one, there's not many left, but definitely get one of these. And if you haven't got one of these, edition 27, whenever you're down on the Trent end, get yourself one of these because it's written by lots of people we know and lots of people we like hearing about their travels. So get yourself a copy of the misrolling in. And super proud dad moment when I saw this.
Great. As well, you got to do another massive shout out to your daughter as well because she does the little things on TikTok as well. She does like the voiceovers on the videos to people. So she's doing. It's free.
Doing that recently at the Iceland game.
Yeah, she started the Iceland game. And it's very good. So people, if you can, and please do go and follow her.
She won last week as well.
Yeah, so she's done some good ones as well. So if you can, people. Go and follow her as well. Like she's just some good ones as well. She's coming. Rads, we've got to be careful. She's coming for our spot. So it's gonna be wary now. Just go where we're now.
No
But yeah,
competition.
it's been a great show. Listen, there's quite a few ideas that I'm going to do before I do head to Porto in 2 weeks' time. I've booked everything. So, yeah, make sure everyone follows Rads. Make sure everyone follows him on social medias as well. People, like I said, I'm still excited from the win from yesterday. And people, if you've not seen my vlog, go and watch it. Go and watch my vlog as well. Again, and I don't know if no one knew, after the game on the concourse, Glenn, what was the concourse like, Glenn, after the game?
Oh, bonkers, mate.
Bonkers.
Fine.
Bonkers.
Awesome.
Awesome, man. It was like I said, it was just going.
Half time with the singing and the end of the game. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Looked like a load of people who just needed a bit of sleep. Like walking around
I'm
zombie
still tired. You know what?
Random stag do.
Glenn, I've still not had catched up with my sleep since I got back from Michelin. So after this, I'm going to sleep. So, right, people, before you do go, if you disagree with everything that Welsh Steve said, put in the comment section as well, people. Make sure, like I said, everyone follows Rads as well on YouTube if you can. The link is in the description. And make sure, massive shout out to my sponsor, to Alan's Far and Wide. If you want to know more about them, the link is in the description as well. Right, Forest are at the bottom 3. Spurs getting relegated. Happy days. Peace and love. Up the Forest.